Hi to you when I check it out now. Are you ready to see a super simple base face? Okay, I'm looking for people who maybe have some discoloration. Maybe you've got some redness going on. Maybe COVID hasn't done you well and you just feel a little when you're on your Zoom calls. Or maybe, you're just ready to kind of switch things up. Maybe you're wearing the wrong foundation. Maybe your foundation was from the summertime. If so, this is the video for you, because I actually, for the month of March, am going to be doing a base face flawless 4 foundation sale. I want you to feel confident. I want you, with these Minute with Mary videos, to just unleash your confidence, take your skill set with your makeup to the next level, really feel like the best version of you, whether it's on Zoom camera or out in real life. And let me tell you, I'm going to start things off because I've got this question a lot. I do not believe you need to wear makeup. I actually just did a fun little video about how really I'm beautiful the way I am, and I feel that way about each and every single one of you. But I will say that makeup allows me to be creative. And if there are things like dark under eye circles, uneven tone or texture, things that may make me feel a little less confident, makeup can help that on out. So feel free to come on and say, hello, lovely. That's your little way to wave to me over the internet. I am on Facebook and Instagram. Hello, Destiny and Peg and Hannah on Instagram. Great to see you guys. I'm actually starting things off with a little bit of primer. Do you know what primer does? Face primer. So if you prime your walls when you paint, it's going to help that paint stick. It's going to really create a nice even base. Primer for your face does the same thing. If you put on foundation without face primer on your face, you are doing yourself a massive disservice, because first off, you're going to be using more foundation. So if you think about your face, like the roads in New England, right at this time in March, we're full of potholes, okay? Potholes can give you a science definition for why potholes are created. But if you're in the land that doesn't live with potholes, count yourself lucky. But if you live near potholes, can you let me know? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know in the comments. I am going to have to keep putting on my glasses every once in a while because I cannot see. I am blind. Hello on Facebook. Thank you. So if you live near potholes, and you know what potholes are, they're just like little holes in the ground. You want to think of that as the pores and fine lines on your face. Texture, fine lines, pores, they're all natural. Okay, we've been seeing so many people with filters on their faces, and they look like they have not a single divot in their face. That's not real. Our faces have texture, and especially as we get a little older, that texture starts to show itself a little bit more. Hasn't that happened to any of you? I've had it. I know that a few of my friends, hello. Thanks so much for tuning in on Facebook. So great to see you guys. I know myself. I'm about to be turning 39 in May. And I know for me, my pores have gotten larger, my fine lines have gotten a little bit more distinct. It's just what happens when your skin starts to settle and find itself. So primer fills in those pores, fills in those fine lines, so your foundation, your makeup doesn't sink in them. If you didn't have primer, you'd have to use a lot more foundation, because it would first fill in those holes, and then you'd do more to make it like look nice on top. Okay, so this is going to save you money. Primer saves you money. Hi Aurora, how are you? Thanks for tuning in, my friend. It also is going to act like a Velcro to your makeup. So if you're wearing masks nowadays, or if just in general you want to make sure that the makeup you put on your face actually stays on your face, that's what primer is going to do too. It's going to act like a Velcro. So if you don't use primer, I want you to start thinking about it. And as I said, I have a nice special going on this month for anybody who may be interested. You're doing homework, so you can't stay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Disney World Dropout, so much for tuning in. You make me so happy. Hey, Roseanne. Hannah says for hello. Oh, yeah, hooray for May birthdays. Yes, Taurus is in the house. Taurus is in the house, friends on Instagram. All right, so the thing with primer, there's regular primers, there's mattifying primers if you like more of the matte look, or if you're someone who has more of an oily complexion. And then there's hydrating primers for the opposite, for those friends who have a bit more dry skin. I'm just going in with my all-around, all-purpose primer, okay? So we got that on. You need to let primer sit. This is like a huge mistake that I never knew about. Before I started in this makeup company, I had no idea. I would slab the primer on, slab the foundation on, call it a day, put on the other things, and go about. If you put the primer on, you don't let it actually settle, it just mixes with your foundation and it doesn't get to do its job. So give it a couple of minutes. What I like to do personally, because I don't like to waste time, is I'll put on my face primer and then I will go and I will do my eye makeup. Okay, even if it's just a simple little eyeshadow, I'll go and do my eye makeup. I've probably been talking long enough now that I'm fine. I don't need to do my eye makeup. But if you're someone who's like a rush, you know, put on your primer, do either your eyes or go brush your teeth. That's going to be a huge game changer for you. So let that sit for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of foundation. So this month is all about your base face. I'm all about that base, no trouble. Base face is really vary. Why do we wear foundation? Let me know in the comments below. Why do you wear foundation or why do you not wear foundation? I'll tell you why I wear foundation. I wear foundation to even out my skin tone because some days my skin is a bit more red than usual. I've got Celtic heritage and that just kind of shines through sometimes. And sometimes I like it. I love my freckles. I love like the natural little pinkiness, but sometimes I just look like I am trying to be a tomato. Now, skincare has helped dramatically with the redness, but just some days I get a little bit more, you know, discolored. I also, over time, have gotten a few age spots, which you can see right here. Those don't make me super happy. I gotta be real with you. I'm beautiful and I'm confident within my own skin. But there are a couple of things, and I know that you can probably relate to this. There's a couple things where you're like, I don't love that. So these, I don't love these. I'll take care of them at some point. I don't even know if they're age spots or there's something else, but we'll take care of those. I did just see the dermatologist, so don't worry. But I kind of like to cover those up. I like to let my freckles shine most of the time, but some days if I'm doing a more dramatic look with my makeup, I want to let my eyes shine or I want to let my lips shine. And when I'm trying to have a certain focus on a certain part of my face, I do less everywhere else. So if my freckles are the star of the show, I won't do as bold eyes or bold lips. But if I want vice versa, I kind of want to make a bit more blank of a canvas. Hi, Lorraine. Uneven skin tone for me, says Lorraine, is why she wears foundation. Exactly. So I'm going to go with my stick foundation. This, I got to tell you, this time of year, it is my favorite type of foundation. It's a cream-based foundation, and I like to use a kabuki brush, okay, to apply it. This is like a stiff, densely packed brush. This is probably my favorite brush for all foundations. It's just really, really easy to use. So as I go about this month and I share different tips and tricks with you about foundations, know that this is probably a brush you're going to see a lot because I love it. So when you're applying foundation, start off where you have the most discoloration, where you have the most uneven skin tone. It frequently is like the center of your face, all right? A lot of people get redness near their chin, maybe along their nose, and they kind of work along their cheeks. Now, I have this issue right here, so I like to go in a little extra where I have those age spots. Let me know if this is making sense for you. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go hog wild and have gobs of foundation all over your face. Don't do that. We've all seen the cake face, the line of makeup face. Don't do that. If that's how you normally do your makeup, I want you to try it this way. Less is more. Start in the centers of your face or your problem areas and then start to blend out, and then you can build up coverage. You're going to get used to knowing what you like and what you don't like. Now, here's a reason why I like the stick foundation. As I said, it's a cream-based foundation, so this time of year, I want all that extra hydration. I just want to like really make sure that my face is nice and dewy. Dewy looks youthful. A lot of people like matte. There's nothing wrong with matte. The matte look of like a powder finish. But if you're looking to be a bit more youthful, you may want a bit more dewy of a finish. Okay, so this would be what I would call a light to medium coverage by the amount that I put on it. And that's why I love this. Depending upon how much you draw on your face, you can have light to fuller coverage, light, medium, full. It's like a one-stop shop. You can also use it to spot treatment like a concealer. So you can see it just evened out a bit of my skin tone. It's now even. It doesn't really have as much pink to it. You can still see the freckles shining through just a little bit. For those of you who are more makeup minimalists, as I said, you can even use this as under-eye concealer. You can bump it up and really do that more full coverage on the areas that you need it. So I'm just going to go a little bit heavier on that area that is a bit of a concern for me, those age spots. Hello, hello, Tamara, how are you? And hey, Mel, how's everybody on Instagram? We got our friends on Facebook tuning on in, and as I said, I'm a little little not able to see without my glasses, so apologies, my friends. And then I have like one big freckle right there. That, once again, I love my freckles, but if I'm gonna be kind of working on unevenness and skin tone, I might cover just a couple of them up or try to tone them down a little bit. I have a really big freckle on the tip of my nose. Its nickname is Spot. You probably can't see it right now, but you're gonna be able to see it by like June. Even when I put on immense amounts of sunscreen, some of my freckles still come out to play. So I did less is more, okay? A lot of people, they take it and they add whatever type of foundation they have. They go hog wild. They put it all over their face. Start in the center of your face, blend out, and then focus on your problem areas a little bit. Then what I make sure to do is go a little bit down my neck. So even if I did have a little bit of a makeup line, I don't have that anymore. This was like a game changer for me. You can even bring it a little bit behind your ears. So for me, I'll be real with you, I've been spray tanning. I know you can't really tell because I'm like pale, but I'm not alabaster, okay? I used to be alabaster. The day that I spray tanned, a few of you were on live, you were like, whoa, Mary, you're spray tanned. It like washes off because I wash my face a lot. I wash my face both morning and night, take good care of it. But that being said, my neck and chest is frequently a little darker than my face as I'm faux tanning. Now, when you decide to bump up a little bit more coverage with a concealer, here's another thing I want to make sure you understand. Concealer, you either want to choose the same shade as your foundation, okay, a happy little couple, or if you're hoping to brighten under your eyes or highlight down your face, you want to choose 1 to 2 shades lighter. So let me know in the comments, just for fun. This is why I'm here on Facebook. Love to see your chatter, even though I can't see. Why would you wear foundation? Is it for your under eye circles? Is it for age spots, blemishes? Is it all over your face or a targeted highlight area? Hi, Kylie on Instagram. How are you? Hey, Candy on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. So for me, my main concern, because I was kind of able to amp up the coverage with the foundation on my face, for me, I like to brighten a bit under my eyes. Now, I don't go crazy, crazy light. There are some people who like highlight very, very well. I just want to look a little pulled together. I want to look a little polished. So I'm going to take my concealer, and this is my new concealer, which you've probably seen me talk about. And if you haven't, it is a game changer. It has skincare inside of it, including hyaluronic acid, which your body usually makes. So if you're in your 20s, your body is still producing it. If you're my age or older, your body's not, and that's why you're starting to get fine lines, okay? So this actually has inside of it all of this beautiful, yummy anti-aging goodness in addition to packing a punch when it comes to coverage. It's a really light formula, but you need to do a very little amount, okay? Less is more when it comes to your under eye skin. So if you saw, I didn't put the foundation all under here. Your under eye skin is like paper thin, so you don't want to have like a gob of foundation, then a gob of concealer. It's just gonna crease, okay? It's just like paper. So when your eyelids blink, it's gonna crease. But if there's just a very, very thin layer of really, really good concealer, it really won't crease. So can you see the difference? I can see a difference. I can see a difference. I use concealer to brighten under my eyes. Thank you. Hey, Janine, why do you use concealer? Let me know. And then what I do is I just take that same foundation brush, no extra product on it, and I just kind of blend where the two are. And as you saw, I kind of brought it down a little bit and into the inner corner of my eye where I do have some discoloration. If you have a bit more mature eyes than I, and it's a bit more crepey, you could even just do one dot on the inner corner and one dot out here and blend it from there, and it will do enough highlighting. I'm still able to kind of bring it down on that hardcore purple area of my eyelid. And then I use my ring finger. Your ring finger has the least amount of pressure out of all of your fingers. Those of you who play instruments, you know that quite well, as you're like desperately trying to work on finger number 4 to get as strong as the other fingers. But if you don't play instruments, you may not have known that. So it's a great finger when you're working on using your eye cream around your eye or tapping in this concealer. It really is nice and gentle and gets the job done. So this concealer dries quickly. That's why I work one eye at a time and I kind of tap it. And then I just blend where the two met. You can use a damp blending bud. You can use whatever you'd like. Hi, Jess. How are you? Thanks for tuning in on Instagram. All right, so I brightened under my eyes. If I want to highlight a little bit, you can still use, once again, a shade 1 or 2 shades lighter, and you just go down the center of your face. And what highlighting does is it's going to bring those areas of my face a bit more forward. Highlighting, which is the opposite of contouring, brings light, and it helps kind of slim your face and add dimension to your face. If you are going more medium or light coverage, you don't necessarily need to worry about highlighting and contouring that much. As you go to the more medium to fuller coverage and you're really creating like a blank canvas on your face, you're really canceling out any discoloration on your face or the freckles or the age spots, I'll tell you, you do need to factor in contouring. And if you haven't contoured yet, don't worry, I'm gonna be working on that this month. I'm gonna be making sure that you feel really, really confident with these skills. Hi Rose, thanks for the hashtag. Hello, lovely seeing you here today, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Hey Dana, how's the family? That picture of your girls were so cute with all their Frozen outfits. So we've got on my face right now, primer. Primer is the base for all foundations, no matter if you're doing a simple foundation or a hardcore foundation. You gotta let that sit for a couple of minutes so it really does its job filling in your pores and fine lines. Next, I have on a little bit of my stick foundation. This is my favorite foundation this time of year. Really nourishing, it's dewy. You can use it a little bit for a more light coverage. I right now have more of a medium coverage. I focused on the center of my face and blended out, and then I went a little extra on the areas that I have like some age spots just to kind of help touch that up and cover it. And then I blended that out, and then I went in with my concealer. So the concealer, little bit, less is more. I went 1 shade lighter to help highlight and brighten under my eyes, and then I took it down the center of my face, blending that out so that those areas of my face kind of pop out. How many of you are on Zooms occasionally? Like, I feel like so many of us are on Zooms. One of the things you want to do when you're doing your makeup for your Zoom is add that dimension, you know? And that's one of the things with Zooms is like, you used to go to meetings before with your coworkers and you wouldn't have to look at yourself, you would just look at them. But now your face is always there. It's always part of that little Brady Bunch rectangles that you see on there. So if you're feeling like you're a little flat and you want to add a little dimension, highlighting and contouring may help for you. And as I said, I'll be sharing some contouring tips in the near future. If you're not inside my VIP group on Facebook, just plop in the hashtag Minute with Mary on Facebook and you'll see my group right there. And you can request to join. I would love to have you. Hi, Emily on Instagram. Great to see you. All right, so where do we go from here? We've got on the creamy stick foundation. We've got on some concealer. If we wanted to contour or all that kind of stuff, you can. But I'm just doing the really simple base face. And all of these items are on sale, 33% off this month as a little quartet, a flawless 4, if you may, at minutewithmary.com. I do want to color match you. I have had some people who go on and they pick their own colors. You do you, boo, but I would love to color match you. I can do it in a jiffy, about 30 seconds. You just need to message me, say color match me, please. Don't feel weird about contacting me. I know some people are weird about contacting people on the internet. I'm just me. I'm just Mary. I'm waiting here. I'm ready to help you. So after you have primed your face, put on your foundation, put on your concealer, you need to set your face, okay? So that it doesn't come off on your mask, doesn't come off on your makeup, especially when you're wearing a creamy foundation like I am. So you can get either setting spray, which is like hairspray for your makeup. It's not tacky or anything like that, but it's just gonna set your makeup beautifully and keeps whatever finish you want, keeps whatever finish you had before. I like to go in with some setting powder. Now, I have 2 different setting powders that I want to tell you about. I know, Angela, it's such a great deal, such a great deal. So what, the 2 different setting powders that I have, one of them is brand new. I'll first take you through the original. The original is my Behold Translucent Setting Powder. I did not used to use setting powder. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even have it in my makeup repertoire until a few years ago. What setting powder does is it locks your makeup in place. It's going to give a bit more matte finish. If you're someone who gets oily throughout the day, it's really going to help combat those oils and keep them at bay, creates a nice barrier. Setting powder, if you're someone who wears a mask, setting powder is what you need. I will say that again. If you wear a mask on your face, you want to have setting powder so that your makeup doesn't come off. I'm going to do a demonstration later this month, maybe even later this week, about how it locks your makeup in place so that way when you're putting the mask on and off, it won't be doing anything to it. It does not have coverage. Doesn't add coverage. It's like a see-through powder. So that's what this one is. It's also great if you have large pores or if you have just kind of a texture to your skin. It kind of blurs that out for you. The one that I'm putting on right now, it's brand new, just dropped today. It was available in my Black Friday sales. Actually, it's my Prime and Set powder. It's part of this new water encapsulated technology. So when you put it on your face, you almost feel like a little refreshing. And this packs a punch. This is like locked in place. Go do Zumba with a mask on and it's not going anywhere kind of setting. So I have been using it a little bit more. What's funny is that my friends who bought it at the Black Friday sale, they all used it and they've been champing at the bit, as Blake would say, champing at the bit to get more of it. Oh, we ran out. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. And I hadn't been using it. I bought it back in November and I was like, well, it's not in my core products right now, so I'm not going to use it. So I've been using my regular one. But I don't know. I was hearing them say, I love it so much. I want to try it. So I've been trying it and it works wonders. It is so great. So if you wanted to try something new, I would say try it out. I do want to tell you, see how there's air in here? That's on purpose. It's not because it's almost empty. It's actually because it's that special new like water powder technology. So it's water molecules surrounded by this powder, and it needs to have air so that it doesn't just become one big glob of mush. So that's how it works. There's like a little dispenser right there. You tap it into the top and then you take your brush, and then as it hits your face, the little water capsules and powder blend so seamlessly. Hi Bailey, thanks so much for the hashtag hello lovely. So good to see you. All right, I am now going to add a smidge of blush. I'm not doing anything too crazy, not even contouring, which is kind of killing me because I want to share with you guys all the things, but this is just the simple base face. So those 4 items: a primer of your choice, regular, mattifying, or hydrating, a foundation of your choice, and I'm going to go through all the different foundations this month, okay? So if you're brand new to this, just stay tuned, just make sure you follow me, I'll make sure to cover it. A concealer of your choice. You can use concealer to cover blemishes, age spots. You can even use concealer on like foundation free days. Just add a little bit of concealer to your face. You can highlight, you can also contour with concealer, and then a setting product of your choice. So setting spray or setting powder. You can get that beautiful quartet, that flawless 4 for 33% off this month at Minute with Mary. And I appreciate that a lot of people are like not necessarily going out that much. I mean, look at me. I work from home. I see my husband and my 2 kids every day, and that is about it. But I'm going to tell you something. Putting on my makeup makes me feel human. It makes me feel like this is my safe space. It makes me feel confident. I am going to be going on a couple of different video conferences in just a little bit. I actually have a meeting. I'm going to be doing a presentation, a meeting, and then I'm podcasting. So for me, I need to put on a little bit of makeup. Need to do a little something, something. I am going to be doing my eye makeup off camera, but I just wanted to share with you the base face. So it may look a little odd. I've got no mascara on, no lipstick on, but this is it. From here, the world is your oyster. You can throw on mascara. You can do a fancy eyeshadow. You can do whatever you want. When you've got your base face on and it matches nicely, it gives you the finish that you want. You just feel so confident. You feel like Bob Ross, that you have this beautiful palette that you can do whatever you want with because it's flawless. And that's what I want to do for you. So if you have any questions this month, please let me know. I truly appreciate your watching this Minute with Mary. I love helping you guys out. I love just chatting with you and keeping you company during these times where we're on the internet. So feel free to keep tuned for more videos, and I'll talk with you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.